Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're having a great day. We're going to take a quick look at Atom, and just before we do, we usually look at Bitcoin, but we're not going to worry about that here today. Just for time's sake, want to get right back into it because I missed the last couple of days being out. I apologize. You might hear a frog in my throat here today, but that is hopefully going to be gone soon. So while I still have a voice, let's go ahead and get into the details. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I just love teaching people how to trade. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and thank you so much for giving me a chance to help educate you on being a better trader. I have a trading community with that specific purpose in place, so feel free to check that out in your own time. But without further ado, why don't we go ahead and just check out Atom, see what's going on. Taking a look at the one-day chart, we're going to go ahead and start with moving averages. We're above both. Obviously, that's a good sign. When the price bounced off of the 50-day cent moving average, that's roughly when we decided to take a position as a community, and we ended up taking about 102% profits off of Atom as of this morning. So how much further is it going to go? That's the question I'm getting. We'll cover that here in just a moment. But the simple answer here is that it's showing great momentum, and it's a momentum play right now. There's a great chance it should be able to pass its all-time high, which isn't far off right now. Honestly, one-day candlestick close all-time high is $44.37, and we are almost there. We're at $42.30. We're about $1 off. So bear that in mind, once we break that resistance, come down to test as a support, that's the case in point where we want to consider taking a position to the upside, and it'll go much further. Let's cover a quick couple of things, and we'll go ahead and look at that here. We're up over 70 on the RSI. That's fantastic. That should work as a potential support. MACD convergence quite a few days ago, obviously. It's just been shooting straight up ever since. Taking a look at the 4 hour, let's go look at TD sequential. We're in a 9 here, so we could expect a little bit of a pullback to see something very similar to what we saw before. Okay, consolidation at support. So previously it consolidated right around 34.40, and now we don't really have a support level there. So there's a possibility the price could pull back down to about $38. Just keep that in mind. I wouldn't rule it out. I think the likelihood of that is fairly low. I think the lowest it'd go is probably about 39.27, which is synonymous here with the previous high that it had trouble with breaking there. And we should be in pretty good shape there. I wouldn't expect the price to come down much lower than that. So I'd say that $38 is the absolute low we'll see from Atom, but we could see somewhere in the range of between 38 to 39 as a retracement. Just bear in mind that's based on the simple fact that we are showing a 9 on TD sequential, indicating that we have potential for a reversal, not necessarily a strong reversal, because you saw this recent one here. It kind of just came down and consolidated for about almost a full trading day and then took off. Okay, so if we get a full trading day's worth of consolidation here to break its resistance, that'd be awesome. Okay, I think it's very likely that could happen, but just note we're kind of near the end of this potential run. We've been running for 36 hours straight. It's time for it to calm down and relax. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. All good stuff there in that sense. Let's see if we got anything down here. RSI is up over 70, and traditionally I like to recommend considering taking profits when the RSI is starting to come back down closer to 70. At least on the 4 hour chart. So we could see that be a case in point here soon where you might want to recommend taking some profit. But honestly, big picture, the way that it's that this is kind of a momentum play and how much momentum it has, I don't think it's recommended to consider taking too much profit unless, of course, you have a profit target in place already, right? We already did. We took our profits, trade is closed, but that's because we bagged over 100% profit in just a few days, right? But where it's at right now, you want to consider maybe, I would just say holding. I know it sounds crazy, but it's still moving pretty strong. It still shows great, great strength, and I think that you should continue to maybe hold. I don't think we're going to see a strong pullback if we were to see one. Right, 38 I think should be the most lowest point we'll see. Taking a look at TD sequential on the 1 hour, we can see we're in overtime here as well. We're seeing this with a few coins right now. Phantom has the same scenario. I think even ICP did as well, where we have a 4 hour TD sequential telling us we're exhausted. We have a 1 hour TD sequential telling us we're well past that exhaustive state, right? So I think the likelihood of it continuing upwards from here is low as far as the immediate future, right? If we can get 12 to 24 hours of consolidation right at support and or this resistance level here, then we guaranteed we're going to be able to break its all-time high on the next push. But for right now, we can expect the price not to go much further right now based on this metric alone. Okay, again, is it 100%? Is it foolproof? No, but it's literally seen 13 hours of continuation, and then on top of that, 36 hours overall on the 4 hour chart, right? So those are things that really factor in. You need to make sure to respect that, and I think the likelihood of a pullback or consolidation is much higher than it would be without both TD sequentials telling us that, right? When you have two indicators telling you the same thing on two different time frames, that's an indication where you want to consider taking taking note that, hey, this might actually be a thing, right? So just keep that in mind. It's kind of a combination of factors that you want to try to take into consideration. Let's take a look at the TD sequential here. Correction, Ichimoku Cloud, apologize. The Ichimoku Cloud is telling us we have no reason to close our position, right? So I would respect this here probably more so than just say even TD sequential in that sense, because this is more of a conservative indicator. If a conservative indicator is telling you that you want to keep your position open, then maybe you want to keep your position open, right? And what that basically just means is until this lagging span intersects with the price action, we have no reason to close it. If the price comes down, just say all the way down to 38, then yes, the lagging span would come in here, and you'd probably want to consider taking your profit right around 39. That's basically what this is telling us here. You don't have to honor this at all times. This is a good for shorter term holds, right? At least the kind of hold that we had recently for our swing trade, it was a short term swing trade. So we got in, we got out, we took our profit. But in this scenario here, should you take your profit? No, according to Ichimoku Cloud, we should not do that because we're above the cloud. The conversion line's above the baseline. The lagging span is free of any price action, okay? So those are all positive indications that we want to go ahead and consider holding our position open. Now, could it consolidate? Yes. Will it consolidate? Probably. But if it consolidates and legs up again and you don't close your position, you'll be happy you didn't, right? I think it's more likely that Atom will continue to the upside than it will to the downside, at least a significant pullback. So I think you would want to consider two things. First of all, holding your position if possible, right? Heaven forbid the price were to come back down, simply dollar cost average, add to your position at $38 or $39, closer to that price point. If the price doesn't pull back, great, leave it open, let it ride, and we'll break that all-time high, and then we'll go ahead and reevaluate and see where we're at. Speaking of potential, let's go ahead and take a look at what the big potential is, because I know that's what I get the question a lot right now. And again, regarding Atom and kind of where we're at here, we're looking very good, obviously, right? But big picture, we've got a profit target that we could actually hit right around $66, okay? And what that basically just means is it's taken roughly 2 weeks for Atom. Actually, probably it's more so like 3 weeks, but let's just say roughly 2 weeks to take 113% profit, okay? Or it's moved 113% from its lowest point, okay? If you were to increase that from where the price is at right now, that's an extra 50 to 55%, okay? So is it likely for Atom to be in the $66 range? Absolutely. Is it going to happen this week or next week? Probably not, because we need a good, healthy consolidation. We need to kind of calm down a little bit. We're going to need to see some kind of correction here. You see this correction right there? That could very well happen soon, okay? We could even see a correction down to $34 or $35. I think that's less likely, but if 38 doesn't hold, that's obviously the next support level. What I'm getting at, though, is, if this were to continue to go up to like this, we can expect it to come crashing back down afterwards, right? But if we want it to get to where we want it to go, $66 in just say the next month, for example, then we want the price to kind of consolidate, come up here, do a little dance, right? And then eventually hit where it needs to go without just a straight line, okay? Now, don't let anyone else tell you this. Parabolic increases are not that good. Unless you have strategic take profit targets in place, there's no place for them. There's no benefit to anyone because it just comes up and comes down. We want this to be a healthy continuation. Therefore, we want to go ahead and allow the price to continue to progress upwards positively. So expect a slight pullback here, but a big picture, we can expect, I would say $66 is a better case scenario in the next month. I would say by end of January, that is likely, based on the fact that it's moved that same amount, that same trajectory, so to speak. It's done that in the last 2.5 to 3 weeks already, okay? So you just basically multiply that times 2, and that's where I'd put us here, okay? So again, just a potential speculation there. Will it happen? We never truly know until we get there. But for right now, one thing is certain, we've made some decent amount of profit on Atom, and I think there's more profit to be made. So I hope you find benefit here today, of course. If you want more of a hands-on, better learning experience, feel free to go ahead and message me through Telegram, of course, at CryptoCache Tech. And I can go ahead and get you more information on our trading community if you're interested. Really cool situation rolling out the Trading Academy into the month, and we'll be looking forward to helping you out. I actually play a decent role in the community as far as communicating openly. We got really awesome, cool folks there too. So be sure to check that out. In fact, this request was one of our community members. So thanks again. Really appreciate you requesting. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.